Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode. We're in another week. It is March 5th, which is crazy. We're in March already, but I'm excited for sun. I tried some new lighting. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but whatever. We're going with it today. I just don't have time to figure it out. It's just kind of glary. Anyway, okay, focus. What I want to talk about today is having more patience and love for ourselves and others with where we're at in life and or our journey, so to speak. I think that on that subject, there are two extremes. One is it's never enough. I can't get enough. I can't do enough. I can't what's the word I want to impress. I can't impress enough. And it's just never ending. And so you don't even enjoy the goals and the wins as you go because you're too busy being mad about what you're not doing. Or the other end of that is I'm not going to try. I'm not going to do anything. Everybody should just accept me and love me for who I am. And that's just how things are. And that's dumb too, because then you're not even trying to improve yourself at all. And often a lot of people, myself included, get caught up in either judging others for not being where I'm at or judging myself and being mad about not being at a certain part in my life. And I just need to be better about that. Like, I'm not done. There's so many things I want to do and accomplish and places I want to go. But I do need to stop and be like, hey, kid, you've come a long way. Look how far you've come from being in and out of jail and stealing money for drugs to I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm employed, I have my own place, and my son's happy. And a lot of people can't even say that. So, I'm really proud of myself. And I work at it every single day. And it's not always easy. In fact, it's just downright difficult. But I try not to make excuses, which is another thing that people can get really caught up in. For example, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's the worst. Every single morning I wake up, my hands are swollen and I can't move them. It takes me a minute to get going. When each month when I'm PMSing, it really flares up, so that makes it difficult. And during those flare-ups, I get just exhausted. Everything's just wiped out of me. I have no energy. Everything hurts and is sore. But I don't let that stop me. I went for a run today, and was it my best run ever? No. In fact, I had to stop and walk for 10 seconds in between it just because I was so wiped out. Point is I kept going, I kept doing it, and some days are going to be like that. Some days you won't hit all the goals you want, or the speed, or whatever your goals are, whatever that is. Or if you're on a diet, you might have a snack that you shouldn't have, but if you keep trying and keep moving forward, I feel like that is the important part of everything. And keep pushing yourself. Don't settle. However, celebrate yourself as you go along. I think that people just want to be heard and seen and acknowledged and praised, for doing hard things in life. Small story. I was at work the other day. I was waiting to go home. I had just finished work and I was just waiting for my ride to come. And this lady walked in and the hostess was like, hey, how many? And she's like, oh, just one. I hit a lot of goals today, and so I'm just treating myself. And I was listening to it, and so I just kind of interrupted because I do that. I just want to know about people, and I eavesdrop sometimes. But I just said, oh, what goals did you hit? And she was like, I completed a lot of tasks today, and that's really hard for me to do, and so I wanted to come and treat myself. And I just was like, oh, wow, congratulations, that's so cool, good for you. because my thought process is this stranger didn't come in and tell 2 other strangers that she had hit some goals today if she didn't want to talk about it, or if she didn't want to be heard or celebrated, right? And even if she didn't, like, nobody's gonna be mad for hearing, good job, you're doing good. So, you know, that was cool. And probably I admired her telling somebody that, because I have a really hard time with that. I'm working on being vulnerable and just sharing more of myself and my life and my thoughts with other people. And yeah, that's kind of one of my goals with this YouTube stuff. And I think that that's how we really get to know each other. And more often than not, so many people are going through the same things you are. And this person over here might have good information that you didn't, and vice versa. And it's amazing the things that you can learn and find out from each other, and just have support. You know what I mean? Like, I think I get really caught up. I try not to, and I try to be more aware of it, but it still happens, about kind of beating myself up about not being where it was that I wanted to, or where I should be, or whatever. Because in all honesty, I am starting out now at 39 where most people do at 17, right? Because I used drugs and was just off the rails for so long that I didn't finish college. I didn't get a good job. I didn't know how to budget even. I didn't know how to do anything. And it's been a really slow process. Like, one, it was, okay, don't do drugs. That's what we're going to do. Then it was, okay, learn how to talk to people, learn how to hold a job down, learn how to work, learn how to be on time. Just like little basic things that you learn growing up that I didn't know. And you know, sometimes I will get like just frustrated about not being further along in life. But then I stop and think about it and just think, like, look how far you've come, kid. You were here and now you're here, and going even further than that. And I feel happy, and I feel confident, and I feel able, and my son's happy, and I have a roof over my head. We have food, I have friends, I have a community who are around me and support me. And it's just, I need to take time out to stop and think about those things. I have a lot of friends who are moms, or single moms, or even parents, who just get down on themselves a lot for not doing enough for their kids, or their kid wanted this and they can't provide it, or they weren't feeling well, or just too busy, or just wanted to rest, and so their house wasn't clean. And I always try to tell them, like, okay, your house will be dirty tomorrow still. Like, take time out for yourself, or you're a great mom because this, and this. And the fact that you even care about that makes you a good mom. And I think we need more of that in this society, because it gets dicey out there. It is a rough world, and people are mean and not authentic or genuine. And we're all just trying to make it, right? We're all trying to figure out this thing called life, because none of us have ever done it before. And you learn things along the way, and you make mistakes, and that's it. That's how it goes, right? And I think that the more we celebrate our wins, we celebrate each other's wins, and just kind of stick to that, I feel like there would be so much more positivity. And, you know, even if we're more vulnerable with people, I feel like that is helping. It's helping me. My whole point of doing these videos is to educate people and to learn from others and inspire if I can, you know? And it's been difficult. It's hard for me to be vulnerable. I feel like I'm getting a little better at it, but I have had nothing but positive feedback from other people, and that's incredible. Like, I don't know what I was scared of just like, I don't want them to know about my past, or I want them to have this idea of who I am in their head, and none of that makes any sense because it wouldn't make any of it true or not true. And then I would just be stuck doing whatever it was I was doing. And I also learned through this is that so many people that I didn't even know, like either knew somebody or they themselves have gone through similar experiences like mine, and it's brought me closer to people. I've made new friends because of it, and I just feel more of a connection, and it's organic. It's not like faked or engineered for social media reasons or whatever it is. So, okay, what am I vulnerable about today? I am vulnerable about not having a car. That's been frustrating. But then I can look at it and be like, well, how cool is it that Uber exists and I have friends and coworkers who help me out with rides, right? So there's that. That's gone. And one day I will get a car. It's fine. We've got it figured out. And I can walk. I got my Lamborghinis, as my friend Jordan says. Obviously, I'm always stressed about money. I feel sometimes that even though I'm working really hard and long hours, it doesn't seem to be enough. Not enough. See, I'm already fixing it. I always am behind on something, or I can't get things for myself or my son that we would want. You know, I have to either not get it or save up or whatever else. But also, we have all the things we need: clothing, food, a house. So a lot of people can't even say that, and I'm so grateful for that. You kind of see where I'm going with this? Like, yes, life is hard, and there could always be things we could be doing, and as long as we are trying and moving towards a goal, I think that's good. Also, speaking of goals, the more, at least in my experience, what I have found is the more detailed I get with each goal, the easier it is for me to come up with a plan and accomplish those goals. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I want to be successful. Okay, well, what do I want to be successful in? What kind of things would I need to do to get that success? And so on and so forth. But I do know that as long as I am trying and pushing forward to whatever it is, or however I want my life to be every day, I'll get there eventually. And I might fail sometimes, and some days might be hard, and maybe I won't make it to my run that day. But if I'm doing it more often than not doing it, that's something. And if I ran only the times I felt like it, it would never be a thing. But if I get up and do it, even for 30 minutes, that's something. So go out. I just don't want my legacy to be like, well, she thought about trying. No, yeah, she tried. She was messy. She made some mistakes, but she kept trying. And I think that would be enough for me at the end, if people thought about me in that way. Hopefully it's way more, and I was like the most inspiring person they've ever met, but no pressure, whatever. Okay, that is my weekly spiel. I, again, thank you for coming and commenting and sharing with me your thoughts, and just, it's insane. I'm overwhelmed by the love and support that I continue to get from everybody. Until next Wednesday, have a good week.